darling. And there you are. There you are. Buongiorno, everybody. We are having one of those days where you feel completely unmotivated. You can't be bothered to do anything. It's raining, it's dark, it's very dark in the house. And yeah, it's just one of those days. We're both feeling it. We've woken up in this funk and we've been trying to get out of it for about 3 or 4 hours, but we've got ourselves dressed and ready. So that is a start. I think whenever you feel like this, get yourself ready for the day. Put my face on. I did wash my hair last night with the intention to like do some full-on filming, but as I've just explained, it's been one of those days, so I've just popped it in a French plait to get it out of my face. But we are going to just do some baking, because I think the best medicine when you feel like this is just to make some really lovely homemade food. And we're gonna do blondies, something sweet, something cozy, something comforting, and something very healthy. So we're going to do that. We're also going to make some almond butter for my mother. I know a few of you asked how we make it. It's super easy, so I'm going to show you. So my mum has a fresh batch, and then we'll just see where the day takes us. We're hoping that the sun comes out later so we can go for a walk. At this time of year, I love to see the colours changing on the trees and the leaves dropping. I know Stefania's a creep when it comes to leaves dropping. She loves to jump on crunchy leaves.
Yeah, but they're not crunchy now.
Because it's wet, but on dry days, she loves to like jump on them.
It excites me.
She gets excited. But yeah, we just want to have a walk and just... That's to eat the Brazil nut. But just enjoy nature. Enjoy, not look at the phones, not look at computer screen, and just look at the beauty of nature. So that's the plan today. I don't know how it's going to go, but we're definitely going to make blondies now. Stefania, like I said,
2 Brazil nuts a day is enough selenium.
Yeah, that's true. 2 Brazil nuts a day is enough selenium for you. Well, we're going to make some blondies. The base of these blondies, can you believe, is going to be chickpeas. Now, these are pre-soaked, pre-cooked, and we've popped them in the freezer. So we make a huge batch normally. We buy them dry because they're cheaper and more healthy. We soak them and then we cook them, and because we do quite a lot, we pop them in the freezer, and as and when we need them, we pull out what we need. So this is 200 grams of chickpeas for today's bake. Making almond butter is super easy, and really there is no excuse because it's a matter of a few steps. So this isn't hot. So all you need to do is literally get your oven tray and cover it in almonds. This, what does this get us? About a mason jar.
That.
So those many almonds will get you that much basically. So we fill that up and then we pop it into the oven to roast for about, I would say 15 minutes.
Yeah,
10-15 minutes. Oh, we do soak the almonds beforehand.
Wash them, dry them.
Wash them and dry them, because basically the skin of almonds and many nuts have a compound on it called tannins, and they affect like digestion and the absorption of nutrients from the nut. So I would really recommend soaking your nuts and letting them dry before anything, whether you're eating them, whether you're roasting them, whatever you're doing, just soak your nuts beforehand. So we do that, let them dry, and then we pop them in the oven. Now, you want to retain as many nutrients as you possibly can, then you want to roast them at a very low heat, and if you have a dehydrator, that's even better. Of course, that takes longer. So we tend to just put it on a very low heat. You can even keep the door slightly ajar like that, so that they don't cook and you lose all the nutrients. So just depends. We're not perfect, we don't do it all the time. If we're in a rush, we just quickly roast them and get the almond butter done. But if you have time, I recommend you do it like that. And of course, the almond butter keeps for so long, so if you have time, make a few batches and you'll be good to go. So we're gonna let those roast. A telltale sign is when you can hear the nuts popping. That's when you need to get them out, because they're ready. They're probably beyond ready. Yeah, they're a little bit overcooked when they're popping. So when you hear the popping, get them out immediately. So, I mean, they don't look any different, but they are roasted. And then what we do is we pop them straight into a food processor. And I never get them in properly. They go everywhere apart from in the food. No, don't eat them.
Checking it's ready.
And then you only need 2 things to go into the almond butter. You need a bit of salt. So we always use Celtic sea salt. We use this one at the moment, which is actually very good. I think I got this one on Amazon. So a good pinch of the sea salt. And the second thing is some coconut oil. And this is actually a little bit too much. You could use even less. And the only reason you use the coconut oil is to help the nut release its own oils. So that's the only reason for it. You can't taste it, so if you don't like the taste, you don't need to worry about it. But you just pop that all in. And that's literally it. This we let mix for, I don't know, 15 minutes. The key is to get it very, very smooth, and also what I would recommend is doing it when the nuts are still hot, because when they cool down they don't get as creamy. So straight into the food processor, Celtic salt, coconut oil, and blend. Toast, but that is the almond butter ready. It is perfect. I don't know if you can see, you'll see when I pour it into the jar how it's swimming about. That is the perfect consistency. So actually let me take this little bit out because it tends to drop out. It's a bit messy, but it's worth it.
It's cheaper than buying it in the shop, and you know what's in it.
You know what's in it, it's cheaper.
You know if they wash their hands.
There's no oils in it, because I tend to find that most of these products, your nut butters, milk, nut milks, they all have sunflower oil in them or stuff like that that just we shouldn't be having. So anyway, there's the mason jar, and you'll see the consistency. Can you see how smooth that is? That's exactly how you want it.
And this jar was just a sauerkraut jar.
Yeah, these, ooh,
clean the label.
These jars are reused, and that's a fresh batch of almond butter for my mother. And you saw how simple it was. A little bit of almonds that you roast, some salt and some coconut oil, and that's it. And you just let it do its thing in the food processor. So I'm actually going to let that cool down. I'm going to take the lid off and let that cool down. And now, since I have a bit of almond butter left, I'm going to make some blondies. Now these are super healthy and delicious, by the way, and the base of these, would you believe, is chickpeas. Like I was saying earlier, so good for you, and not what you would normally think would be in your sweet treats, but it shows you how adventurous and how exciting healthy eating is, because as well as being used for savoury, it can also be used for sweet things as well. So we have 200 grams of almonds here, which I'm going to pop straight into the food processor. I've already got some almond butter in there. So for this recipe, you need 200 grams of almond butter. So I think that's what we've got here. So we did just double check it, and it was in fact exactly 200 grams. So that's good. So I'm going to pop the almond butter back in. And then I'm going to pop the chickpeas in. These have been defrosting for about 2 hours, which is fine because they're just going to be mashed up and then baked, so that's fine. Then some ground almonds, which look like this, and just like with everything else, we did these ourselves. It's super easy. We pop the almonds into the Vitamix blender, and basically the blender can make flour, it can make loads of things, so it just grounds the almonds down to this.
We washed and dried them.
Yeah, usual soaked, washed, dried. So that's your ground almonds basically, as you can see. So it's 50 grams of those. To add sweetness, we use coconut sugar. So that's 40 grams of coconut sugar I'm going to pop in there. And also some maple syrup. Now remember, when you're buying your maple syrup, it's in glass. In fact, everything that you buy should be in glass. It's very, very important. So 5 tablespoons of maple syrup. Okay, I lost count there. Were you watching?
2. You got to use this one now.
I think that was 4. No, I think that was 5. I need a fresh tablespoon. For the baking powder, we go through baking powder, as you can see. We order ours by Whole Foods. In fact, we order all of our bits by Whole Foods online.
It's aluminium free.
This one is almond. Steph, come here. Stefania's just a voice today, isn't she? What were you saying? Because Stefania makes this order.
Aluminium free.
No! Stefania makes the orders by Whole Foods, so she's very knowledgeable. So any questions, then just ask Stefania. But apparently your baking powder
should be aluminium
free, which is what this is. To help make these Blondies rise, we need a bit of this. So 2 good tablespoons. And then we also need some vanilla. And our favourite vanilla, actually, I don't know if I've ever told you, it's from a company called Vanilla Bazaar. They are amazing. We've used them for years, and their vanilla is such high quality. So 1 teaspoon of this. Beautiful vanilla. You can smell it. That's how good it is. It's so strong. And that's basically it for the base part. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop that back on the food processor. It's working very hard today, but this is such a good time to do all of these kind of things together because the food processor's in use. Don't have to clean it a million times. So pop that, and we're going to process that until we get a smooth batter. Perfect. So it should look a bit like that. It could be a bit smoother. I don't know if I've had it blending for too long, but it's good. So then we get a square baking dish lined with parchment paper, and we're just going to pour the batter into that. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
How long? Do you want the oven on?
If you set the oven at 180 while we prepare this to go in. So I'm just pressing the batter down, flat. Do you know what it reminds me of? Like toffee. Don't you think? Just for the consistency more than anything. It just feels like those toffee sweets. Worthingtons or whatever.
I love them.
I also love them. I make it as flat as possible. Spatula. I always go on about them, but they are just the best tool.
We have about 10.
In the kitchen, we do. We love a spatula. Okay, so once that's flat, this is where you can do your toppings. So you can be adventurous with it. We are doing fresh raspberries today, and I would like to pick a nut. What do you fancy? Should we do, have we got pecans? We have them. We're going to do pecans. So we're going to press into the top of the Blondie pecans and fresh raspberries. Now these pecans, you actually have the option on Buy Whole Foods online to buy your nuts broken, and it actually makes them cheaper and saves you time actually.
Especially pecans.
Breaking them up. Yeah, but also breaking them up because sometimes we could be there for quite a while breaking up the nuts. So this is a nice way to buy them anyway, if you don't need them full pieces. think I'm going to, do I press them in 4 or in half?
Do half.
I think I might half them and then just press them in. Yeah, that works well. I'd like to try and use these all because I just love raspberries.
These have been washed in distilled water and bicarbonate as well, even though they're organic. But
you do that a lot with...
I like to wash them.
You do that a lot with all the fruit, don't you, and veg?
Yeah, salad, everything.
Yeah.
Even though say with organic, it's alright, but I don't know, I'm just weird.
No, you're not. You're clever, I would say. Smart thinking.
Smart.
Health is very important. I've squashed one of these really badly.
That's alright.
Oh dear.
And keep them in a glass jar, even if before washing them, like if you don't want to wash them yet, because obviously they expire quicker, just put it in a glass jar, don't have it in the plastics, they last longer.
Yeah, anything that we buy in plastic, we tend to just get the plastic off immediately. And
again, these are just jars we had from other things, that's blueberries, and it lasts forever, it doesn't go mouldy like in the plastic it would.
Perfect. So, at the moment, it looks like that. And that's just going to go straight in the oven for about 20-25 minutes. We have quite a powerful oven, so maybe 20-25 minutes. I'm just quickly making some white chocolate, of course vegan white chocolate, and I just want to show you how we buy our cacao butter. It looks like chocolate buttons, Milky Way chocolate buttons. Honestly, you just want to eat them. And also the cacao paste is the same, so they look like chocolate buttons. Well, I'm not using those, I'm using these. It's basically very, very simple. You just use cacao butter, coconut butter, some vanilla and some maple syrup, and that's it. I'm rushing today because I just want to pour it over the Blondies, but another day if you guys want to see it, I'll make it properly and actually make a chocolate bar, because this isn't going to be a chocolate bar, this is going to be a sauce that I'm just going to pour over the Blondies and let set, and then probably drink the rest. But I just wanted to show you the how they come. We actually have just, well, Stefania's just made a Buy Whole Foods online order, which is due to come next week. Let me know if you guys want to see us unbox that and see. It's not sponsored, we don't work with them, but if you want to see how we purchase our foods and what we purchase, let me know, and of course we'll show you if it's something you'd like to see. Okay. So whilst I'm making the white chocolate, Stefania is going to make some beetroot lattes, because somehow Stefania has mastered how to make these lattes. I unfortunately haven't, and that's why Stefania,
It's all in the wrist.
that's why Stefania's managed it, because every time I've made it, she's like, this is not nice. I've agreed with her. And then whilst I was away, she's like, I've cracked the code. So this is the beetroot powder. So we actually got this from Napoli, can you believe? So whilst I'm preparing the white chocolate, Stefania will talk you through the beetroot latte. So we're going to sit and have beetroot latte and Blondies and read a book. That's basically what we're going to do today.
Heat distilled water. Shouldn't be too hot, about 80 degrees. Put it on the hot.
We're looking for like a smaller, how cute is it? Let me show you. A smaller little like pan for the,
Put it on the gas.
for when we make our lattes. And we saw this one on Amazon, it's glass, but you can heat it with the wooden handle.
Does scare me a bit, but it's fine.
It's so pretty. We'll link it below. It's so nice. So sorry.
Thanks to you. That's heating. Just prepare some beetroot in here. And then when the water's boiled, like I said, about 80 degrees, then I'll put it in here slowly, like a bit at a time. Do my little thing. That's it.
So how much beetroot powder do you use?
I did 2 of those like wooden spoons.
So a tablespoon per person.
Yeah. Not too much, not too
I'm
much.
putting a pinch of Celtic salt into my white chocolate. It's the first time I'm doing this, by the way. See how it turns out.
No, you've done it for the bars, haven't you?
Not white chocolate, I've done chocolate. The only difference is you don't add the cacao powder. That's the difference. 6 minutes.
How long is it?
I feel like I'm on a show. We have 6 minutes.
Can't but won't cook. And then you're meant to go like that. That's how you would do like the matcha.
Up and down.
Yeah.
Not sideways.
This is how the matcha gurus do it.
So I would never put it in a bowl. I would put it directly into the cup, which is where I think the error was made, because there's not enough space in the cup, obviously, to whisk.
Especially not yours. But even when I first did it, I did it in a smaller bowl and it went everywhere. It's got to be in a bigger one.
Yeah, I think you need a good mixing bowl.
You can see like it's going.
If you can see.
Up and down, basically.
Okay, let me try. So basically like that. So it froths up basically.
Yeah. And then you add
smells
a bit
so
at a
good,
time.
the beetroot. So earthy.
I'll give that a mix in a second when it's all in, and then I'm going to heat up the almond milk. I'll show you.
1 minute left on the Blondies.
Yay. This is just the homemade almond milk, so that's why it looks a bit crazy. I don't strain it, I don't care. Get me.
Keep all of the bits in it.
Just a bit of almond milk. Heat that just the same way I did with the water, same temperature. Finger check. Yay! Ready.
I think that's the best batch I've done, what we've done. They look so good, and can you smell the raspberries?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no. Oh wow, these look amazing. That's definitely the best batch I've done.
That looks so good.
Wow, how exciting. So we are going to let them sit and cool for about an hour in order for the top to get crispy and hard and the inside to stay soft and gooey. So that's the reason. Also, you don't want to burn your mouth, which I've done so many times because I just have no patience. For the sweetener for the beetroot latte, we are currently using Kind to Be cut comb in raw honey. This brand's amazing. We actually met the owners, the mother and daughter, in Selfridges, and they're so nice. And
It's got the comb in it.
yeah, the comb's in it, and the honey is absolutely delicious. You can see the comb is in there. That's strong in smell as well, isn't it? Wow. But this honey, I'm really funny about like eating honey straight off the spoon. I find it sometimes quite sickening. This one, I can. It's very delicious. It's a family-run business. It's women-owned.
The milk done.
And a London brand. Milk's done. Nearly ready to go.
So
Just got to pour my white chocolate.
Honey first. That's the milk done, and then you just pour however much you want over the beetroot.
It's the best colour.
See. Just got to make sure the honey's melted.
Give it a good mix.
And it's good as well that it's not like hot, because then you kill the nutrients in the honey, which you don't want to do, because it's very good for you.
I love beetroot latte, especially this time of year.
That's frothy, isn't it?
Just taking the Blondie out of the tray so it can cool quicker. What a sight to behold. I'm so excited to sit and just consume this all. So the beetroot latte, as you can see, perfect. And the Blondies, which I'm gonna drizzle some white chocolate on now and then cut it up. This is the white chocolate. So the more it cools down, the thicker it will get. But I want to drizzle it, of course. I don't want it to get too thick. I'm just gonna good though.
Lovely.
So we're going to sit and have a read whilst we have our blondies and beetroot lattes. I am still reading The Love Letter by Lucinda Riley, and I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm on chapter 4. Yeah, so I haven't picked it up since Italy, which is very annoying. I need to get used to making time to read while I'm in London, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and that's always a good sign when you're just a few paragraphs in and you're already enjoying it. In fact, I was enjoying it from the first paragraph, so yeah, I'm excited to get back into this. And Stefania,
Oh, I haven't started it yet. You read it, The Rose Garden.
I personally think Stefania's going to love this.
Set in Hampstead.
It's very good.
Down the corner.
I think you're going to really enjoy it. That's a really, really lovely book as well.
I'm excited. I love reading.
Good afternoon. We are just walking through Hampstead Heath. It's a really lovely day. It's very, very muddy because it's been raining all morning, but it's turned out to be a really beautiful day, and it's really wonderful to be in nature. Breathing in this fresh air, oh my goodness, and just getting out makes the world of difference, let me tell you. I feel like we've had a really productive day dealing with our feel like nothing day, don't you think? We've baked, we've read, we've eaten, we're walking, we're exploring. What else are we going to do today? Who knows? Maybe some beauty?
The rosemary hair oil.
Oh, we do need to make a batch of rosemary hair oil, that is true. But yes, it's lovely. We're literally at the back end of the heath here. It's just forest. No grass, as you can see, but it's so beautiful. We're seeing so many squirrels. They're everywhere, nibbling away. And yet it's very quiet here in comparison to the rest of the heath. Look at this funny boy. Look at you. There's a mad dog trying to get the... Oh no! Scaring the ducks. I don't think there's a better way than spending your Saturday afternoon sitting here on a log with your friend or your loved one having a picnic, which is exactly what these two are doing, and it's so wonderful watching the ducks, and the sun is just starting to set on the heath, and we're going to start making our way home because it gets very dark here once it does. My goodness, that was just what we needed to get out of our funk this morning. A good old walk in nature. The afternoon in Hampstead Heath was perfect. The sun came out, it was warm. It was very sludgy because obviously it rained this morning, but it was okay because just the sounds, the smells, everything. It's medicine. It really is medicine. And to have Hampstead Heath on our doorstep is just a blessing, really. We are heading home. Stefania just jumped into Waitrose to grab one onion because I need to make some soup, and we're going to settle down and continue our cozy afternoon. I actually can't wait to get back and read my book. Stefania's back with her, oh, and some bananas. An onion and 2 bananas. What are we making with an onion and 2 bananas? Well, I'm making soup this afternoon with the onion, and the bananas are for a smoothie bowl tomorrow. But as I was saying, I can't wait to get back to my book, chapter 5, and it's got even more juicy. And yeah, I'm so happy to be back into my book because I love to read. And then yeah, we're just gonna get cozy, get comfortable, and then tomorrow's our last day in London before we head away again. We're very excited. Stefania's a little bit nervous, but we'll explain all in the next video. But until then, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Get out in nature, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next week. Bye.